Register today for the Be the Light Virtual Retreat, February 19th through 21st, 2021. This is a powerful spiritual activation weekend, complete with Reiki attunement, spiritual warfare training, how to access more of your gifts and abilities, and much, much more. Go to www.heartofinspiration.net today to register. That's www.heartofinspiration.net. See you there. Hello, Virgo. This is Lisa with Heart of Inspiration, and I am here to help you lead a spirit-led, whole and healed, peaceful, and prosperous life. And with Lightworker Academy, we're also here to help you identify, clarify, and prosper into your purpose. Hey, Virgo, I'm here. Finally, it's your time. It's your time to have your Mercury Retrograde reading. This is going to be for Virgo Sun, Moon, and Rising. More so Virgo Sun and Moon. Be completely honest, because these energies, as they're quincunxing, right? There's a big, huge party going on in Aquarius right now, and the Moon's going to join it. We're going to have 6 planets in Aquarius all at once at the on February the 12th. It's a party. It's a party. There's a lot of things going on. Energy palooza, and that's really quincunxing. You know, if you're a sun or a moon, I feel like it's going to affect more of that, like who you are at your core, affecting your how you show up, how you portray yourself, and then also affecting your emotions, the energy you're emitting, right? A little bit more so than the personality. So it's your core-ness and your inner god and goddess, and then the energy you're emoting. So that's why I'm kind of leaning more towards that. So as I stated, this is quincunx energy. This is quandary. This is a little confusion. It is not a square where it's a kind of call to action. What are you going to do? Rubber meets the road. It's not an opposition where it's kind of a reflection of your inner self, and then you can't really deny it. It's not a trine where it's in kind of more total agreement and it flows very easily, but you can kind of miss a blind spot here and there. And it's not a sextile where it's kind of the, we're in agreement. There's some things we need to tweak here. I'm going to, kind of still call you on your ish. It's so it's just past an opposition. Well, no, just past a trine. And so you're just kind of coming out of this like honeymoon stage almost, right? And saying, okay, well, this has been great. I've been in an agreement. It's been great flow. And now what? So that's kind of like that energy like of now what? So as Mercury, right now we have 5 planets at the time of this recording. We have 5 planets in Aquarius, and Mercury's doing its moonwalk, if you will, backwards, back through the entire group, and kind of, saying hello again to the party comers. So it's gone past the sun, and that's your, like, who you are energetically at your core. That is your sun. That is your third dimensional, how you're showing up as a god or goddess, purpose. Hopefully you've come out of 2020 with a sense of at least direction and purpose, right? Like, this is kind of where we want to go. I know I'm meant for more. I kind of got to get started doing it. Let's go with that, right? So there's that. And then it's going to keep trucking back to Jupiter, and Jupiter in Aquarius. Let me tell you something. Jupiter is thrilled to be out of Capricorn at this point. Like, thank God I finally escaped Alcatraz, right? And now Jupiter is able to showcase all of these wonderful gifts and abilities it's been trying to get to you for the longest. And now in Aquarius, you can kind of see it, feel it, taste it, touch it, smell it. It's got a wide open communication lane through this collective higher vibrational energy to the individual. That plus all of these wonderful, big, hairy, audacious goals that you have set for yourself, throughout 2020 and towards the end, or these like ideas and these dreams that you've had and you're like, I'm not sure if that's real or that's not. Jupiter's now appearing on the scene in Aquarius and saying, oh, you bet your bottom dollar it's real. And now as Mercury comes and trucks on back past it again, it's saying, yeah, it was real. I just came back from hanging out with the sun again, and I have it on good report that that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Can we look at your checklist again and just make sure? Yeah, that mediumship. Yeah, that reading Akashic records. Mm-hmm. That's all real. It's all real. This is part of your, yeah, you assisting in raising the vibration of the planet through various modalities, through helping an individual and helping families and helping this and those unique experiences you've had in your life, although they might have felt horribly traumatic at the time. Yeah, actually, that was so you could clear out that karma. That was so you can have the experience here and this time be victorious over it, transmute it, and reintegrate it. And then it's going to go back to Saturn and say, yep, yeah, we're redoing all of this. This is the redecoration time. We are changing the foundation from the ground, below ground up. You're going to interact with these ideas and these technologies differently. That's because Saturn acts a little different, right? It's not the same in Aquarius as it was in Capricorn. So it's just different, very different. And it's more of kind of forward thinking and forward structure and future proofing in a sense. So where it is that you as an individual are now going to fit in the new collective and the new foundational, vibrational, spiritual, esoteric, metaphysical belief systems. Yeah, so Mercury's coming back and saying, yep, all that stuff that we heard before. Matter of fact, I just came from the sun and I just came from Jupiter. And here's some plans. Here's a couple new power tools. The batteries are fully charged. Here you go. Let's build. Let's do the darn thing. I picked them up from Jupiter. Okay. And then also don't forget Venus is in the mix. So Venus in Aquarius, very Lemurian, very like beautiful energy. Very Gaia. What do you love from a higher perspective? This isn't necessarily about, although it can be, relationship, human relationship. But it is also a lot about what it is you truly value. Do you truly value yourself? Do you understand your value to the rest of the collective? Do you understand your value to yourself? Are you willing to let go of all of these beliefs and limiting beliefs and things that have been put within you so that you can actually live the life that you came here to live and not what your mother, father, brother, sister, friend, blah, 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 blah says that you should live? Releasing these limiting beliefs and taking the throttle off and really being open to walking and living in love. Okay. So that's where all of that, and then at some point on the 12th, the moon's gonna like be the new moon. So be very careful the intentions you're setting. Okay, very, very careful, because these intentions you're setting this for like another huge cycle. 30, 40, 50 year cycle. 60. Like, this isn't just something you're setting into motion right now. So really be very astute and very discerning of what fits, where you're fitting into this collective consciousness, okay? All right, let's look at some oracle cards as well, now that I've given you all of that lovely astrological. It's not just about Mercury retrograde as a standard Mercury retrograde. It's not about just that. It is truly about, fifth dimensional energies, and you got to look at it as we're not just reviewing and whatever. And we got to stop with the don't do anything, don't make any decisions, don't even think about it during Mercury retrograde. We got to cut that out, because we're going to lose out and miss out on a lot of great things if we continue to look at the astrological transits just simply as they have been historically. Oh, I didn't even tell you what I'm using. So over on this side of the fence here, I'm using the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck. You guys might remember that one. Oh, that's beautiful. The Sound of the Universe. I'm using Beyond Lemuria over here. And over here, I'm using the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. Paul the Venetian on the bottom of the deck there. So we're going to pull 2 of each cards, and we're just going to round out this information that we've been given and channeled thus far, and we'll see where it goes. So can I get 2 cards for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising? 2 cards for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please. 2 cards for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Shine your light. Shine your light. That's the first one, Virg. Shine your light. Let me bring all these up a little bit. Let's get a second one here, right? Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, thank you. Ooh, I love this. Communication, co-creation. We see spirit in the middle. And look, all of these 3 entities, the 3 Lemurians, are all coming together. They're communicating on a telepathic and energetic level, and they're co-creating. That is absolutely beautiful. So now let's get some information from the Keepers of the Light. 2 cards, please, for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. 2 cards for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. 2 cards, please, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Master Jesus, forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. Very interesting. One more, please. Dejwal Kul, Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. As I'm looking at these, as I'm listening to what Spirit is saying in regard to these, I'm going to start over here. There's probably a lot of you that, Virgo, I know you're mutable earth, and I think sometimes you kick yourself in the butt for doing certain things or not doing certain things. And you kick other people in the butt for doing certain things and not doing certain things. You're very holding yourself to an accountability that sometimes is unrealistic. And some of you might kind of get down on yourselves because of the level of what you perceive as indecision or inability to make a decision. And I instead perceive it as this beautiful way of being fluid, right? And this beautiful way of rethinking whatever routine it is that we've all been living in. So while Uranus is in Taurus, which is trining your sun and your moon, or your moon, that kind of rethinking your daily routine and how you live out your life on a day-to-day basis and what your belief systems are and so on and so forth. It's very easy for you to kind of flow. It's easy, but it's not, right? It's easier for you to flow in that energy. Why? Because you're mutable and you can change and you can kind of update your surroundings and change your foundation as needed. However, you also, though, need to remember that while there's very feminine energy with you, there is some of that masculine healing that is necessary. You need to still bring in the masculine. And again, that's probably very specific for a lot of people, but this father healing concept is very important for all of us. So father healing is possible at this time. It's not just possible, it's important for you to do so. For those that applies to. And that might be healing your own divine masculine, because in order to create, there has to be masculine and feminine energy that come together, merge, and then create something new. Now, this Dharma unfolding is like, that's happiness, right? That's the opposite of karma. We just spoke about that karma earlier, right? So you've had all this karma that has been now, we've been doing our work and clearing it and then transmuting that energy. And when you transmute it and replant it and allow it to grow again, now not as karma, but as this positivity, and become part of your defense mechanism in a sense, because now you've healed it. So nobody, you can't, I can't hurt you. Like that's a kind of old, that saying, like if you tell your business, nobody else can hurt you with it. And so really it's like you dealing with that and bringing it back around, and now we can have positivity and sow good seed afterwards. So we got rid of the bad toxic fruit, and now we can sow good seed from it. It's not going to all flood in at one point in time. As you continue to shine your light and allow your light shine, as you forgive, as you just take one simple step at a time, then you're going to be able to see this co-creation happening. Like you're going to be able to hear much more clearly from spirit and from your guides and from your ancestors what we should be co-creating, how we should be speaking, what we should be saying, and where we need to shine our light and how we need to direct that. Shining your light simply means targeting your energy, right? Putting your energy out in motion, allowing that the happiness, the grace, the beauty, the love, nurturing yet structured energy that is all about kind of uh I don't want to say birthing a messiah, although it's part of it, right? It's this, the ultimate, how am I going to care for the home, and how am I going to care for myself, but it is the ultimate birther, it is the ultimate midwife, it is the ultimate, like, being healthy in every aspect of how we're living, and um, being the communicator, the one that does, typically the women in the relationship are the communicators, and being the one that really taps into both um, feminine and masculine energy, and then connects the two so that it connects up to spirit. And through this kind of rather telepathic or metaphysical or esoteric communication, from that flows the essence of life. From that flows the creation of your new world. But you have to also believe that happiness is yours, and you deserve happiness. You didn't, like, your whole life wasn't meant to be unhappy, and you don't need to walk around with the rain cloud. So during this time, it's very important. The more you shine your light and begin to, through communication with your higher self, or with your higher self communicating with and being truly attached to and tapped into the universe and the universal consciousness and what you came here to do on your mission, the more that happens, the more you channel in love, the more you'll be able to forgive those sins of the past, those hurts of the past, those energetic injuries of the past, and the more then you'll be able to clear karma and then create dharma, create good, positive outcomes, with your interactions, kind of like, storing up your chips or whatever, but not really. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like your happiness, your best life begins to unfold the more you go through the process of shining light, communication with co-creation, then taking this out and forgiving, because as you recreate, or as you heal and allow to be reborn, all of these energies that have hit you hard all this time and created energetic trauma, then in its stead comes this beautiful flower, this beautiful rose, whatnot. And it is a very functional, very beautiful, very light bearing and light sharing, result. And it's a beautiful cycle, a beautiful circle of life as this goes on. This is a lot of awesome work during Mercury retrograde for you. I can see you coming out of it just like, what do they say, is pure gold, right? I can see you coming out and shining brightly as we end this season on the 20th of February. Whew, Virgo, that was a good one. I'm really excited, and I thank you guys for being here. Please do leave me some comments. I want to kind of know what you're doing, what you're going through as you're going through this walk and going through this healing process. I'm really very interested in that. So please do leave me some comments below. And also, you've probably seen over on this side, I get it wrong every time. This side, the little blurb about 100 Lightworkers in 100 days. Well, Lightworker Academy is open. The doors are open and we are functioning. Now, we are offering as one of our first offerings a certification in spiritual counseling and energy healing. And so if you want to be considered for that course, my mantra, my goal, my mission I've been given, the most recent one is to launch 100 Lightworkers in 100 days. So I want you to check out this link down below in the description box. And if you'd like to be considered for enrollment, please do book a call with me. It's a 15-minute free call. Please book it and let's consider whether or not enrollment into the certification course makes sense for you. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys so much. Namaste. Bye-bye.